What happens when you combine Trump Derangement Syndrome with bad math? First, the bad math part. Just what is it with Democrats and arithmetic?
The number one job facing the middle class, and it happens to be, as Barack says, a three-letter word, jobs. J-O-B-S, jobs.
They said, look, Joe, over 600,000 dead. Many of them are people who are those workers, those nurses, doctors, some of them, because they have put themselves in a position to save other people's lives, protect the rest of society. And we talk about that number like 600,000+ people. That has caused carnage on our streets. 150 million people have been killed since 2007 when Bernie voted to exempt the gun manufacturers from liability.
And this problem is particularly acute over at MSNBC.
Have a look at this little exchange on MSNBC. Their grasp of maths is astounding. Even as they're reading out these numbers, the lunacy of what they're saying doesn't occur to them.
Somebody tweeted recently that actually with the money he spent, he could have given every American $1 million.
I've got it. Let's put it up on the screen. When I read it tonight on social media, it kind of all became clear. Bloomberg spent $500 million on ads. U.S. population 327 million. Don't tell us if you're ahead of us on the math. He could have given each American $1 million and have had lunch money left over. It's an incredible way of putting it.
It's an incredible way of putting it. It's true. It's disturbing.
It's true and it's disturbing. Hey ho. I'm moving to the US now as a political consultant. $1 million campaigning spend for every voter. I want some of that action. $500 million, 327 million people. That's about $1.50 each.
Just for the record, let's assume that Bloomberg did spend the $500 million on Americans instead of on his political campaign. Exactly how many Americans would have gotten $1 million per? 500. Little less than the 330 million that we have here. Now on to Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York.
What am I going to do with 400 ventilators when I need 30,000? You pick the 26,000 people who are going to die because you only sent 400 ventilators.
Pick the 26,000. Let's see. 30,000 minus 400 actually comes to 29,600. Making the case for vouchers. Now, this brings us to that Trump hater par excellence over at MSNBC, Rachel Maddow, who said,
these are the top 5 largest outbreaks on Earth. Number 5 is Germany with just under 150,000 cases as of today. Number 4 is France, just under 160,000 cases. Number 3 is Italy. Number 2 is Spain with just over 200,000 cases. And then there's us. USA, biggest outbreak in the world with over 800,000 cases now. We have more coronavirus cases than all of the other top 5 countries combined.
Really?
Really? Really?
Does Maddow really believe that China, that has persistently lied about the Wuhan virus, where it started, how it's transmissible, is actually giving us their actual figures of how many people in China have contracted the coronavirus?
This is just a pattern of Chinese dishonesty from the very beginning, which continues to this very day. Just a few days ago, we went from a situation where they were reporting only a couple hundred more cases or maybe 1,000 more cases a day to almost 14,000 cases in a single day. That wasn't the result of any scientific discovery. That was a political decision to finally reveal what they knew to be true, yet they are still covering up, in all likelihood, the number of cases and deaths from coronavirus inside of China.
Now, Maddow said we have more cases than the next 5 countries combined. Let's do the math. After America, the next 5 are Spain at 204,178, Italy 183,957, Germany 145,291, France 159,297, and the UK at 130,172. How about some perspective? Spain has a population 1/7 that of ours. Multiply their 200,000 cases times 7, that's 1.4 million, making Spain far worse than our over 800,000.
I think it's like war. worse, like worse.
Next, Italy. Italy has a little more than 180,000 cases. Our population is 5.5 times larger. Multiply Italy's cases times 5.5, and you have about 1 million, again compared to our over 800,000 cases.
When you arrive at this point, you realize that you are not enough.
What you're seeing here isn't even the ICU. That's already full. This is the emergency room, flooded with new arrivals, all gasping for breath.
Again, Maddow said,
we have more coronavirus cases than all of the other top 5 countries combined.
Do we? Let's do the math as of April 22nd, the morning after that broadcast. Spain, 204,178. Italy, 183,957. Germany, 148,455. France, 159,299. And the UK at 130 and 172. That comes to 826,029 versus our 824,438, which means the top 5 countries after America have more cases than we do. And that's cases. What about deaths? Look at this. Add up the number of deaths of the top 5 countries after America, and that comes to 86,446 versus our 45,039.
Fake news.
My goodness, this pandemic is bad enough without our exaggerating it. Can we get on with fighting it instead of exaggerating it? Which brings us to Trump Derangement Syndrome. One of the hosts on MSNBC is Nicole Wallace, and frankly, all she did was say out loud what a whole lot of Trump haters have been saying privately, and that is,
there is something both tragic and pathetic and ironic about the fact that it took a, colorblind, gender blind, state line blind virus to sort of have all of the president's sins from his first 3 years catch up with him. You can't stand there and lie. You can't contradict your scientists because they're the ones that stand at 66 and 68% public trust, not you. He's down at 38%. Pence is lower than him. I mean, he needs those people, whether he likes what they say or not. And I wonder what you think about whether or not there's some silver lining there, that some of the things that we've been talking about for 3 years may be finally catching up with him.
Did she just now say there is a silver lining?
Silver lining.
Holy Bill Maher.
Can I ask about the economy? Because this economy is going pretty well. We have to, what? Why is that funny?
It is going well for now.
For now, right. That's my, thank you. That's my question. I feel like the bottom has to fall out at some point. And by the way, I'm hoping for it because I think one way you get rid of Trump is a crashing economy. Yeah. So please bring on the recession. Yeah. Sorry if that hurts people, but it's either root for a recession or you lose your democracy.
Want something even more sick? Trump haters would gladly accept more coronavirus deaths if that would guarantee a defeat against Donald Trump in November. I kid you not. Watch this.
Would you go for this deal that the coronavirus lasts longer and is more severe, but the president guarantees to lose the election?
That's a hard question.
So that's a hard question.
I don't know. That's a hard choice to make.
Sorry, guys. I would go for the longer virus.
I want him gone.
Okay, no matter what?
No matter what, yeah.
Would you make that deal?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah?
I would.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Frankly, yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You make that deal?
Absolutely.
You take that deal?
I would.
That's a little low.
Yeah, let the coronavirus be more severe.
I'd much rather he himself got it, but he's more dangerous to American people.
He's more dangerous to the American people than coronavirus. He's worse than coronavirus?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's more dangerous than the coronavirus?
Absolutely.
You agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there a number where you say, okay, I wouldn't make that deal, like 1 million deaths?
I would still make that deal.
Still make the deal?
Yep.
Is there a number of coronavirus deaths where you would say, I would change my position?
No.
No, same with you?
No. Absolutely not.
What's the number?
Actually, no.
There's no number.
No, I think he's that dangerous to this country and the world.
Honestly, did the man say he'd take 1 million deaths?
like 1 million deaths.
I would still make that deal.
Still make the deal.
Yep.
1 million? What can I say other than we've got a country to save? See you next time.